Our brains are created to seek truth. This is why we have schools. This is why we have universities. This is why we love to learn things. This is why our brains respond well and are healthy when we're learning and we're growing and we're making those connections. When we feed our brains lies over and over and over again, or we try to make our brain believe something opposite of the truth, eventually our brain will stop working for us. It will shut down and it will allow complete insanity to take over. So what are you feeding your brain? Don't feed your brain lies just because you want to justify something. Everything is an exchange in life. If you want a healthy brain, you've got to feed it truth. If you want a healthy body, you've got to feed it fruits and vegetables. So these are some things to think about. Everything is an exchange. If you want a healthy family, you're going to have to sacrifice your fantasies, because those fantasies will eventually turn into nightmares and phantomsies for you and your whole family. So these are things to think about in life, that everything is an exchange, and it's about feeding your mind. These times that we're in right now, I've had so many people call me and talk to me. What's happening? This is surreal. What is going on? I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Right now, this time is a time of relationship building between you and God. It's not about the left or the right, politics, red, blue, all of that kind of things, although those might be tools that are being used, but ultimately it's between you and God and your relationship. And God is allowing all the stuff to bubble up, so you have no excuse. I didn't know. I didn't see it. Yes, you do. You see it and you know it. And it's time for you to choose good or evil. It's time for you to choose. It's in all of our movies. It's in all of our books. It's in all of our stories. It's all there. But now the surreal, you're realizing, is real. What we thought was fairy dust and, something that was symbolic. No, it's literally happening right now before our eyes. So your moral compass needs to be built up. The only way that I know to build that up is prayer and fasting and reading your scriptures. Otherwise, you are going to crumble. And I'm saying this because I love you and I love the people that are calling me, people that I treasure in my life. But love requires me telling you, love requires a choice. Love requires limits. I'm not going to tell my daughter she can eat sugar all day because I want her to have a healthy life. It's an exchange. So I'm going to exchange my ways of thinking. I want to embrace everybody, just love everybody. People think that love is just this free for all. Unfortunately, no, it's not. Love has limits. And when we don't understand those limits, that it's not for you to not be able to have a wonderful life. It's for you to be able to have a great life, because the choices that we make lead us down a path, and our lives are on slippery slopes one way or the other. So we need to look at the end game. What's the end game of a person that makes these types of decisions? Does their life end up in diseased, ridden, insane, demonic spaces? We went to the hospital yesterday and visited a lady who has strong faith. She's on her deathbed. She was shining. She said, I'm ready. I'm excited. I've lived my life. I love my children, my grandchildren, my husband. I'm ready. She said, the thing that I really want to do when I first get to heaven is wash the feet of God. She wants to serve. She wants to honor. She wants to offer thanksgiving. So when you think about people that, we learned this from hospice workers and from doctors, when you don't have faith, when you don't believe in God and you fed your mind that it's all about me, and whatever I want to do, instead of honoring your creator on your deathbed, it is a whole different situation. Ask any nurse, ask any doctor, ask any hospice worker, okay? But it's not just about your deathbed, it's about this life now. You can have an abundant life, but there's sacrifice. You can't just be a free-for-all, because what we do with our physical bodies affects our spirits and our emotions. And what we do with our spirit and our emotions and what we believe affects our bodies. So it is an exchange. We can't lie to our brain and expect our brain to just keep functioning normally. It doesn't work that way. After a while, our brain says, done. I'm not being used for what I was created to be used to do. So you go for it. I'm shutting down. So these are some things to think about. And if you're struggling with some things, good. That means you're on a path to trying to figure some things out. Stay on that path, but be true to yourself. Honor God, love God, acknowledge that there is a creator, and start following the scriptures. The closer you get to acting like paradise, you'll have paradise. The further you get away from paradise, the less likely you're going to have paradise. We are permeable beings. We are permeable. We are spirit. We are divine. We are physical. We were created in the image of God, and that aspect of us needs to be stirred and prayed and fasted and built in our lives. Otherwise, we end up in a mess. So everything's bubbling up. You're seeing it. Everybody's seeing it. Everybody knows this is a spiritual war. And unfortunately, in war, you got to choose sides. Are you going to be on God's side? The side of good? The side of strength and joy and peace and faith and love? Or not? Because eventually, that other side is going to destroy itself, consume itself, eat itself away. But we have a choice. So those are our choices today. I know that was strong, but I'm just going to sip my tea here. And I'm saying this again because I love you. If I didn't love you, if I didn't love people, I would be neglectful and I would say, I don't care. I could care less. I'm just going to hone in on my little family, which is honestly an instinct. But God has placed more in me and more in you. Share your heart in love. Okay? Having true love. Agape, the Greek word agapo, agapo, from the alpha to the omega, from the beginning to the end, God is love, true love, true love. Share your heart, share your mind in true love today.